The room erupted in laughter, the chorus of mockery that echoed off the walls of my family's home. My best friend, someone I had trusted with my deepest secret, had just revealed the one thing I had hoped to keep hidden: my struggle with debt and the shame that came with it. "Hey, at least it's the best gift she could give her kids this year," they joked, and the laughter pierced my heart like a dagger. I felt exposed, raw, and utterly humiliated. That night, as I sat alone in my dimly lit living room, I could hear the whispers of my family echoing in my mind. "What a disgrace," they said. "She'll never amount to anything." The weight of their disappointment pressed down on me like a heavy shroud. I had been the black sheep, the one who had failed to meet their expectations, a burden on the family name. But that night, a fire ignited within me. I would not allow their mockery to define me. I would rise from the ashes of this betrayal. I left my hometown behind, determined to forge a new path. I poured every ounce of energy into building a business from the ground up. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and I faced relentless obstacles. There were nights I cried myself to sleep, doubting my abilities, but every time I thought of their laughter, it fueled my ambition. I became unstoppable, a woman on a mission. I sold handmade crafts online, spent hours learning about marketing, and networked with anyone who would listen. Slowly, my business began to grow. I took on side jobs, sacrificing my weekends and nights, all while juggling the needs of my children. I wanted to create a life for them that was filled with love, security, and pride, something I had almost lost. Years later, I returned to my hometown, not as the broken girl they once knew, but as a confident entrepreneur, a force to be reckoned with. My business had flourished beyond my wildest dreams, providing not just for my children, but allowing us to live comfortably. I knew this moment would come. I had envisioned it countless times in my mind. As I stepped into the familiar streets, I felt a mix of anxiety and excitement. The laughter that once mocked me was now a distant memory, replaced with the sweet sound of my success. I headed to the same gathering where the betrayal had occurred, my heart pounding in my chest. When I walked in, the room fell silent. Eyes widened, whispers fluttered through the air. I could see my former friend, the one who had laughed at my pain, staring in disbelief. It was a moment of poetic justice. I stood tall, my presence commanding attention. "Remember me?" I asked, a smirk playing on my lips. "I've built a thriving business from the ground up. I'm not just surviving, I'm thriving." The laughter that once rang out in mockery was now replaced with stunned silence. I could see the realization wash over their faces, the doubt they once cast upon me shattering like glass. As I left that night, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. I had transformed my pain into power. I had turned their mockery into fuel, and the sound of my success drowned out their laughter. I was no longer the girl they had ridiculed. I was a warrior, unbroken and unstoppable. I walked away, not just vindicated but liberated. I had proven to them, and more importantly to myself, that I was worth every bit of the struggle.